General Hospital spoilers, Carly is Danny's mother. Jason left speechless by life-shattering truth. Port Charles is no stranger to bombshells, but this time, the explosion comes from a secret buried so deeply that not even Jason Morgan, stoic enforcer, fiercely loyal father, and man of few illusions, saw it coming. In a storyline set to rewrite decades of relationships, loyalties, and identities, General Hospital is gearing up for one of the most emotionally explosive arcs in recent memory. Carly Corinthos is Danny Morgan's biological mother. The revelation shatters everything Jason thought he knew about his son's past, and Carly is forced to confront a secret she swore she'd take to her grave. This isn't just a twist, it's a reckoning. And it will leave scars across Port Charles that may never fully heal. It all begins innocently enough, or so it seems. Danny begins experiencing unexplained seizures and dizzy spells. At first, Sam and Jason assume it's just stress, perhaps even residual trauma from the many times their lives have been upended. But when Danny collapses in the park during a picnic with Jason, alarm bells start ringing. Rushed to GH, Dr. Finn orders a battery of genetic and neurological tests. When the results come back, there's a disturbing discovery. Danny has a rare mitochondrial condition inherited through the maternal line. The genetic markers don't match Sam at all. "What are you saying?" Jason demands in that cold, clipped tone that only comes out when he's barely holding back rage. "I'm saying," Finn answers gravely, "that Sam McCall cannot be Danny's biological mother." Sam is just as blindsided. "That's not possible," she says over and over. "I carried him. I gave birth to him. He's mine." But the science is unrelenting. A second, third, and even fourth test confirms the genetic truth. And if Sam isn't Danny's biological mother, then who is? Enter Spinelli, tech wizard and Jason's longtime confidant. With Jason's quiet urging, he starts digging into Danny's birth records and medical history, cross-referencing hospital files with GH's secure database and DNA logs. What he finds leaves him speechless. In the delivery suite on the night Danny was born, there was a baby switch. And it wasn't a random mistake. It was deliberate. And the person tied to the forged records? Heather Weber. It turns out that during the chaos of Franco's fake tumor diagnosis and Heather's kidnapping spree, Heather swapped two infants in the GH nursery. One of them was Sam's baby, presumed to be Danny. The other was the newborn son of Carly Corinthos. Yes, Carly had a child no one knew about, and she believed he had died. Viewers will soon be treated to emotionally charged flashbacks showing a broken Carly in a hospital bed years ago, weeping uncontrollably as a cruel nurse tells her the child she just delivered was stillborn. Jason was out of town. Sonny was dealing with Ava's betrayal. No one was there. The nurse? A Heather Weber plant, posing as a GH staff member. Carly was sedated. Vulnerable. The perfect target. Heather's motive? Revenge. She wanted to hurt everyone connected to Franco and Jason, and what better way than to rob Carly of a child, and give that child to Sam? And so, the switch happened. After Spinelli shares his findings with Jason, he begs him to approach Carly gently. But Jason, already emotionally overloaded, bursts into Carly's office at the Metro Court with the DNA files in hand. "You need to tell me the truth," he says, shaking. "Did you have a baby that died around the same time Danny was born?" Carly freezes. "Jason, why are you asking me that?" He throws the test results onto her desk. "Because he didn't die, Carly. Danny is your son." Time seems to stop. Carly stares at the paper, mouth agape. Her knees give out, and Jason catches her. "Oh my God," she whispers. "I had a son, and I gave him up to Sam, and I didn't even know." Sam is shattered. She's raised Danny, loved him, protected him through every mob war, every near-death Jason encounter, every court custody battle. And now she's being told the boy she believed was hers by blood was never hers at all? "You can't just rip him away from me," she screams at Carly. "You can't just take him because you lost him years ago." "I never took him from you," Carly cries. "He was stolen from me. I would have died for him." And Jason? He's caught in the middle of a war between the two most important women in his life. He loves Danny, But now he knows that love was born out of a lie. When Drew finds out, the guilt overwhelms him. He remembers Heather lurking around GH during those weeks. He remembers that he should have been paying more attention. But he was still dealing with his own identity crisis back then, struggling with his memories as Jason, not yet knowing who he really was. Now he's devastated for Sam, but even more so for Carly. She lost a child and never even got to mourn him, he tells Willow. That's pain I wouldn't wish on anyone. Especially not Carly. Michael and Jocelyn are rocked by the news. Michael doesn't know how to comfort his mother when she confesses, I had a son, and I didn't protect him. I failed him before I even got to love him. Jocelyn, still recovering from her own personal losses, becomes fiercely protective of her newly discovered brother. Danny is ours, she tells Michael. We need to make sure he knows that we're his family too. The Quartermaines, especially Monica, are torn. Alan's legacy is once again complicated, as family lines are blurred and rewritten. Monica, as always, steps up. Danny will always be a Quartermaine, she assures Jason. But now he's also a Corinthos, and that's a part of him you can't ignore. Though Sam raised Danny, Carly is now revealed to be the legal mother based on new DNA findings and forged hospital records. The family is thrown into a bitter custody battle. Sam hires Diane. Carly turns to Alexis for advice, even though their history is rocky. Alexis, ever the moral compass, warns Carly. You may win in court, but is that what's best for Danny? Jason, heartbroken, offers a compromise. We co-parent, he tells them. Danny needs stability. He needs us. Not a courtroom war. But the wounds are deep. And Sam can't look at Jason the same way anymore. You knew before I did, she accuses him. You sided with her. Jason tries to explain, but Sam walks away. In a shocking twist, Sonny is the one who supports Carly wholeheartedly. You loved that boy from the second you saw him, Sonny tells her. You thought he died. And you still fought every day to survive. Now you have him back. And if that wasn't enough, rumors swirl in Port Charles that Morgan Corinthos may still be alive. Could Heather have taken 2 children? In a heart-rending scene, Danny sits between Carly and Sam at the park. I don't care whose blood I have, he says. I love both of you. But then he looks at Carly. I always felt different, but I never knew why. When I'm with you, I feel like I've known you forever. Carly's eyes fill with tears. Jason walks up behind them. Then maybe it's time to stop fighting and start healing.